Welcome back to the channel. I have another amazing video guys for you. This is more of a how-to tutorial on how to replace the screen and fix the home button. Personally, don't know a lot of things about these, but doing a lot of research, watching other videos, here I'm able to actually bring you guys a video of how to do this on your own with some basic tools. With this screen, hopefully you guys can see that there's a hairline crack right there, which is not that bad, and the home button doesn't work at all, so we're going to go ahead and replace that. For these iPad minis, once you're needing to replace the home button, it actually comes with the whole screen itself, so you can't exactly only replace that because it's attached to that screen. So it kind of makes it a little bit easier for us. It comes with some basic tools like this, and then the actual screen. And as you guys can see, the home button's already installed. There's the connections, and there you go on the back, it's already made. So what we're going to go ahead and do is warm all this up, which I already have, and then slowly remove the screen. Alright, so we're slowly just pry it open and slid this one on this side. We're going to go slide it through all the way underneath, make sure it's not grabbing anything. There we go. Place another one on that corner, and then slowly with our little tool work around all the way on the corners. Perfect. All right. All right, once the whole screen is pried, you can remove these and then go ahead and lift it up slowly to expose the wire that's actually connecting the screen all the way down here to the actual base. So as you guys can see, somebody already tried to repair this, but I guess it didn't work out, so it was given to me. So we're gonna go ahead and there's a magnet here we're gonna remove, put it on the side, and then we're gonna have to remove the 4 holding Phillips head screws to lift the screen up. Alright, so my audio was actually cut out for some reason and it didn't want to register, so here I'm going to go ahead and word it over the video itself. Let's go ahead and get our tool where we can insert the specific precision Phillips head screwdriver into it. This comes with a bunch of different tips, so we can actually put in whatever we need, whatever fits best. I believe I'm taking up a 1.5 Phillips head screwdriver. These top corners actually have a little adhesive tape on top of them, so you just need to slowly peel that off. So we're going to go ahead and remove the bottom ones first, set them aside, and then attack the top ones. Just using a small little pry tool just to lift it up, then take it off, put it to the side, and later I'll make sure to put them back on. This little tape's on top of them, like to make sure that there's no shortages between the screen and the DLC. And that way it's nice and clean. There we go, we got that one out. And now we're going to remove the last top one. Once they are all removed, you want to use a small pry tool and lightly lift up on the DLC itself. Gotta be very careful. You can try to lift it up from the sides, just matter where the clearance best fits and suits you, where you feel most comfortable prying on it, but be very careful. You definitely don't want to damage it because they are pretty expensive. Here I pried it open a little bit and used a little guitar pick to put it in and slowly slide underneath it. And there I went along the side of it, just a hair. Just slowly doing from different angles, from different sides. Doing my best to not damage the DLC itself. And then there you go. Just a little bit of that movement right there helped me remove it completely, exposing the shield that is covering on the back that we need to remove. I believe there are 7 screws all the way around the sides, which are all Phillips head once again. So we're going to go ahead and remove them with the same exact precision Phillips head screwdriver 1.5. Do your best not to touch the DLC from both sides. Just hold it at the tab, making sure that you don't damage it at all. It took a little bit of prying around because the clearance is so tight, not letting it come off, but here we go, we were able to take it off. Now everything is exposed. We do need to remove the battery, and there I'm pointing at the little shield that sits on top of the connector of the battery and the DLC and the home button itself. It is once again held down by 3 Phillips head screws. I'm going to go ahead and remove them and remove the shield so we can unplug the battery. So the shield is removed. Now we can see the different connectors there. That one right there that I pointed to, we're going to have to remove first because that holds the battery connector. We're going to use a plastic, or here I'm showing that you shouldn't use a metal pick to undo the connection. You want to do plastic. So here it is. Now I can go ahead and tag the DLC. Now the DLC is disconnected. We can slowly pick it up and put it to the side so we don't damage it. Be very careful. Here I'm showing that it has a little bit of wear and tear on it, but it's no worries. I've checked the screen and it works perfectly fine in that section, so that's not a big deal. Now that everything is to the side, we can go ahead and remove or undo the pins that is actually holding the screen and the home button to the circuit board. There we go, we have finally disconnected it, and on the bottom it is held with some adhesive tape, so you want to go ahead and slowly remove that. Right now it doesn't really matter if you tear it because you're going to be replacing it anyways. And as soon as I disconnected it, it just came all off, so perfect. Now we can go ahead and put that to the side, and we can bring in our new screen with our new home button. There we go. That is the brand new screen. It has a protective layer right there, so it's okay if you touch the inside of the screen at the moment. So we're going to go ahead first and connect this connector back onto the circuit board. You want to press down with your finger and hear a click, and that way you will know that it is 100% clicked in. I just do a couple times just to make sure it has a good connection all the way around. Now we're going to leave the battery still off, disconnected, till we connect our DLC. We're going to follow the exact same rules. Take the little connector and connect it to the circuit board, but you got to be careful because they are very expensive. So now we are putting our DLC back into place, and using our fingertips we have successfully connected it to the circuit board. Now the last thing stands is for us to connect the battery itself. We're going to press down the battery, make sure it clicks. Definitely want to hear that physical click. And before we put everything together, And before this shield that I'm holding, we can go ahead and test out the screen and the home button all together to see if it works and functions properly before we close it all up and call it finished. So here I'm powering the iPad mini back up. Let's go ahead and wait till it loads up, and then we'll resume and show you how if it functions or not. Alright, let's hit the power button. Here we go. Me swiping up and being able to adjust the screen brightness, that's already helping a lot. Here's my YouTube channel if you guys are new to it. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And there you go. I also clicked on the button, on the home button, and actually worked. Looks like this home button is not fingerprint, it is just press. So let's go ahead and put the password in. That works. Alright, so I'm just gonna practice on the screen, move it around, see if it's all working. There you go again, that the home button is functioning properly. I'm slowly moving around on the screen, making sure it works. And here I like to always check if the camera works, because sometimes you get it off adjustment and it does not want to function properly or something disconnects. Here the screen of the case is a little off, that's why I didn't show, but there you go. So I believe it's going to work all properly as soon as we put it all back together. So now what we're going to do is go ahead and power it off, put it all back together, and then try it once more after it is all complete. Let all the casing and everything close back together, make sure it's all 100%, and then we'll check again if the home screen and the button works once. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and add that little shield cover that goes on top of all the connectors. You want to make sure you put that on and use the proper length screws, that way it doesn't go into the circuit board and short it out. That has happened to me quite a bit of times until I learned that you have to make sure that everything fits properly and into its own place. So once you are removing everything, I like to put it all on the sides and in order what I have removed. That way I don't come across those problems anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and screw them all in, and then we'll resume there. Also wanted to go ahead and show you guys what kind of tool I'm actually using. This is a precision tool that you can literally do anything to any phone or any digital device. My brother was able to purchase it for me because I started doing a lot of screen replacements, and it has a lot of different little picks, screws, and everything that you need to actually be able to work on anything that you need. This is special where you can switch the little top and it will screw either lefty-loosey, righty-tighty only, so it has different options. Here's all the little prongs that you have and different tools. Plus I use it for storage, as you guys can see, like the leftover home button I have, the little picks for the SIM cards. Just very handy, so really definitely recommend it. Not sponsored or anything, it was just purchased for me, so very grateful for that. So now we gotta install this shield back on since everything else is in place. And it might be a little bit rough since we have to pry it open to get it off, so just go ahead and slide one side all the way and then push down on the other. And once the shield is back in, you want to go ahead and put all the screws back on. I believe it was 7. Make sure they all go back into their own place. So I'm going to go ahead and skip to once it's all complete. Alright, the back plate is finally complete. Now we can go ahead and secure down our DLC, which now we have to remember that we had the 4 bolts on each corner holding it down. Make sure to line it up and make sure all the holes are there 100%. The top screws, they were a lot longer, so you make sure you put those in. Now that we have completed that, I'm slowly removing the adhesive tape cover that is on the new screen. You want to be very careful to remove it. You don't want to cut any wires or extend them or put any stress on them. Just take your time, slowly remove it, and do that whole thing all the way around. Once that is removed, you want to remove the cover of the inside of the screen. Just make sure nothing falls onto there. Make sure the whole DLC is very clean before you install it. Now you're ready to close it up. I like to actually line up the bottom of the screen first, make sure it goes into its grooves, into its space, and then press down the top and make sure I see this camera on top. And then slowly hold it down until I'm able to get some books, and then put a weight on top of it. Make sure let it sit for about an hour or so, and then go ahead and check it again. Alright, so here's the setup of the screen standing on the bottom. A cassette is on the top of it and got some weights, and that way you can go ahead and press it down and make sure all that tape and adhesive works properly. So we're going to wait for a good hour or so, check on it and make sure it's all good. And after that, we will check all the functions of it once again. But yeah guys, if you want to check this out, go ahead and look it up on Amazon. I believe I just looked up Kingston Precision Toolkit, and it has everything. It's really nice, definitely worth getting. It was really cheap. It was like $30–40, something like that, so go ahead and check that out. I definitely want to recommend this for somebody that's new, that is scared to break something or nervous. I definitely wouldn't recommend it to you guys. I would just recommend it to some people that do a lot of DIY projects and do want to learn. Then you definitely can put some time into it and actually figure out how to do it. But otherwise, I don't want to say it's easy to mess things up, because it kind of is. Very easy to tear little different components in the hardware itself that you're actually trying to fix. So it could actually cost you a lot more money to fix it than just to do that single swap that you're doing. So this is also my first time recording on this mic. Hopefully it's working out really well. I'm going to do a lot more trial and error on it for my GoPro that it's connected to right now on my helmet. So once we get some better weather around here, definitely going to be doing a review on that and the whole helmet setup. So stay tuned for that video. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to smash that subscribe button. But make sure to check me out on my channel. Here it is. I have a bunch of different kind of videos for painting, how to troubleshoot and repair your car, small little repairs, and different builds, as you guys can see. So we'd really appreciate that. You guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button, hit the little bell so you guys get post notifications. Let's go ahead and finish up with this iPad mini. So the iPad mini has been gluing for quite some time. We're going to go ahead and power it up and see, hopefully it all works. This is definitely a good sign. We've got the Apple logo. We can go ahead and also remove this cover, make it all nice and shiny. Put that on the side. Here we go. Alright, so we are powered up. Here's the channel, guys, if you guys are new to it. Let's go ahead and see if we can use the home button. Perfect. Screen, it looks like it's working as well. Awesome. We don't need to activate that. Here we go. Everything's working like that. See if we go into somewhere, click home button. Awesome. Home button's working 100%. Let's go ahead and check the camera itself. That's all functioning awesomely. I'm going to try everywhere on the screen, make sure it's all good. Awesome. Let's go ahead and also try the pictures. Let's go to camera. Here we go. Awesome. Camera's working 100%. Go try the other camera. Here's the GoPro setup we got. Looks like that camera's working as well. Everything's functioning perfect. Let's go ahead and put home button again. Perfect. It works amazing. I love it. I really like the iPad minis, because you can, even if the home button doesn't work, you can swipe up, you know, go to the next or home page type of deal. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to check me out right there.